What's up, guys? It's Calvin from the Sober Curious Coach, coaching people to a better life beyond alcohol. A common perception that I get a lot from people who kind of ask about my journey after quitting is, am I going to be bored after I quit? I mean, a lot of people, that's what they do for fun is they drink with their friends, and alcohol is kind of the center of their entertainment. My answer to you is that yes, probably. It's going to take a little while to kind of refigure out your identity as somebody who doesn't drink. I quit when I was 36 years old, and for the previous just about 2 decades before that, that's what me and my friends did. That's what me and my wife did when we first met. Our first date was at a bar, and so yeah, you do have to come up with new things that you're going to do. You're going to have a lot of extra free time on your hands. You don't realize how much time drinking takes up. You lose track of time. When somebody gets drunk, the night flies by. Sometimes you can't even remember the night, right? And so there's a lot of extra free time on your hands. That there's going to be some boredom that does set in. But the first year after I quit was one of the best years of my life. I knew that I quit for good and I wasn't going back. And, I was in a state of euphoria, really. I was excited for life. And so finding new things to do, it didn't really bother me. It's kind of a change in perception, change in mindset. You can't look at being bored after you quit as a bad thing. You're going to discover things about yourself that you maybe have even forgotten. There's things that I like to do now that I like doing when I was a kid. Going to play golf, and what really actually watching sports on TV and being engaged in the game and trying to figure it out. Before, when I was drinking, I watched the game, but man, by the ninth inning or the fourth quarter, I was already half drunk, and so I wasn't really actually watching that close, and so it was just sort of white noise. And I was probably actually thinking about something different. But even as I make this video right now, I've got a game on it's a great game I'm watching, and I'm looking to see who's gonna turn out to win this thing. And it's pretty it's interesting to me. As you have to go through a solid period of time, quitting drinking, to rediscover what kind of new person you're going to be. Whether that's, you're going to make a lot of progress in 30 days. But I've always heard from people who have coached people through this, and I believe it too, is that it takes at least a year. You've got to experience every holiday. You've got to experience every birthday and whatever celebration, because once you go through that first year, you're going to experience, probably all of the different things that are whatever your triggers are. And so, you've got to re-experience those triggers, and the more that you do it, the more your brain creates those neural pathways of those experiences in a different light without drinking. Some of you have drank for a really long time, and so that's all that and those neural pathways in your brain are just like, they are wedged deep in there. And so you've got to create new ones. But the more you create new ones and the more you reuse them, the stronger they become. And so, and that becomes the new normal. So, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you only quit for a week, that's great. That's great progress. That's probably really good progress for somebody. But you're not gonna experience a lot of the different triggers and stuff, and learn how to handle situations you're going to have to learn how to handle social situations and stuff like that. So I guess in short, my answer is, am I going to be bored after I quit drinking? Yes, but you have to change your perception of it's not a bad thing. It's a really good thing, actually. And, you're going to have more time on your hands, more money on your hands. You're going to be able to be more engaged in all of the other things that you are valuable to you in your life, whether you have a family and kids, anything like that. You're going to be able to invest a lot more of yourself into all of those other things. And so that's what I'm trying to do here at the Sober Curious Coach, is just answer questions that people have about quitting, and what life looks like on the other side of quitting. I'm about a month away from being 5 years from having a sip of alcohol, and so I feel like at this point now, I feel like I can help other people. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message, anything like that. I'd love to hear ideas. I'd love to hear questions, that where I could make other videos and make more content about. So, it'd be helpful to me too. So anyway, you guys take care, have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.